Hello everyone, it's Gorillas Freak 23 here again, and today we're going to recap the second episode of the Challenge Free Agents. I apologize for the lighting, I'm in my basement and I'm trying to find other places, and for some reason I look twice as heavy on this camera than I do anywhere else, so I'm not as heavy as I look, okay? I actually work out and get pretty buff, but anyway, that's not the point here. The point is I'm going to tell you what all is happening on the challenge. Anyway, today's episode, let's start out with the drama. The drama this time revolved around Camilla. Oh, I know, right? That's shocking, right? No, it's really not. I mean, if you've been seeing it, she flips out for no reason, which she's been doing several seasons. And I just can't stand her. I don't think many people like her. And she doesn't even deserve to be on the challenge. She was on a spring break challenge, which is a fling, for God's sake. And unfortunately, she's such a good competitor, she probably will not go home. So anyway, basically the way this starts is they're out at the club. CT buys $750 worth of alcohol for everyone in the house, which is an insane amount, but I'm assuming when you've got, 14 men, there's your answer right there. But anyway, actually 13 now, but anyway, he gets pissed off about it, which I don't know why he would do it if it's going to make him mad, but I don't know if people used him. I don't know. But anyway, Camilla, on the other hand, gets mad at CT for getting mad. So she's meta angry, I guess you would say. But anyway, so she gets pissed off and she calls CT a loser, and he still lives with his parents, which, by the way, he corrected her by saying, no, I have my own place. He has a beard and he didn't finish college, which who cares if he has a beard, and just because you don't, just stupid stuff. She has no real reason to hate people. She has no real reason to fight. I think she starts going off on Nani for getting mad at her, so basically it's a big chain. One person's getting mad at the other for getting mad, and really it's nobody's business, but I like Nani, and she's just fed up with it, and and I don't blame her. Anyway, and Cara Maria's getting sick of Camilla's, I guess you would say, outburst. So I don't blame her either. So anyway, let's just get to the challenge, because that fight was pointless like they've all been the past few seasons. The next challenge is called, which I'm calling a mission, Auto Body Rally. They basically picked 3 words which have something to do with this challenge and made it their own title. That's exactly what they did. But anyway, basically, here's what happens. Here's the format. It's male-female pairs, and I must say I kind of predicted that. And I have a feeling next week will be individual. But anyway, basically there's 26 random people, and then the other, or not 26, 13 random people picked. They will be the ones, and it's 6 guys. I don't know. So many guys and so many girls will pick their male or female counterpart. So some people are lucky and some people aren't. That's just how this challenge is. And anyway, so they all get in a male-female pair. So despite the fact TJ Lavin opening up free agents says, well, you can't blame it on anything. Well, actually you can, because the first mission, if you were on the bad team, you lost. And now this mission, if you have a bad partner. So really, unless they're doing all individual, you still can blame some on people, and you can still have alliances. But anyway, basically, the whole idea is with your partner, you'll get in a car, and there will be 2 pairs going against each other. The guy will do the driving and the car. After they get out of the car, they run down a paved pavement to the bicycle. The bicycle has 2 seats, one where the person steers and the other where the person does a back steering. So the girl, which is sitting in the back, will be reversed. She will sit backwards. And then they go around a loop, and then it kind of flips. So you just really have to see. It's very hard to explain in words. But anyway, you ride that bicycle against your counterparts to the finish line. And the team with the fastest time wins. However, not the team with the fastest time wins in a safe from elimination. Duh. But the bottom 4 pairs are eligible for the draw, and they will be the only ones going to the draw. So if you're a guy or a girl, whatever, which one, I don't know, it doesn't matter, you will only have 3 other people who are eligible to pick that card, so you don't want to be part of the final 4. So since there were so many people, I'm just going to pick the ones that stood out and all that. Basically, the ones that bombed were Brandon, I don't know, it wasn't Brandon, I can't remember. It was Swift, Johnny Riley, CT, and Frank. They all had issues with the clutch. Because I forgot to mention, it's a stick, gear shift in the car. And a lot of them can't drive stick. Especially Swift. Swift couldn't even move hardly. And that was the deciding factor. Because even though CT, for example, which his worshippers, people defend him no matter what, will tell you he had a lousy family partner, it was really the stick shift that killed him. It's that driving part that really made the difference. And anyway, the top people were Johnny Bananas, which shouldn't surprise you. He's just good at everything anymore. And people who still think he's only good because of Evan and Kenny really need to start watching, from Cutthroat, well, maybe not Cutthroat so much, but from Rivals 1 on, because he's been kicking ass. And believe it or not, Preston actually did well, which should surprise everyone in the world. And Kahutta and Laurel, even though people want to give Laurel the credit, yes, she did steer the bike good, Kahutta killed it. And so did Dustin, but Kahutta drove that car like it was his, backhand, and then, sure enough, Kahutta and Laurel are your winners. So even though Laurel's going to want to take the credit, even though people want to defend Laurel, no, give Kahutta a majority of that credit. Because like I said, the driving part made the mission. Anyway, the deliberation, and even though TJ tells Kahutta and Laurel that you guys are not a team and it's an individual challenge, they're working together as a team, just like how the black team worked together as a team. So basically, I could tell you right now, just from 2 episodes, whenever they do the deliberations, that's going to be, as long as there's teams and not the individual ones, but the ones where there's at least one partner, that's going to be your person. They're going to work together as a team. I mean, and then even when they do it individually, you'll have alliances influencing your decision, just as I predicted, and I'm sure that's going to happen. But anyway, they decide to use Johnny's advice. I will say they were smart. They want to vote in stronger people so they have a chance of losing, so they can, don't have to be there in the final. Well, the people they chose were Dustin and Janae. I find those very interesting decisions because, okay, Dustin is pretty good, but when you got people like, Johnny Bananas, who's been kicks ass, he's a final mission king, Frank, who at least proved he could do well in final missions, CT and Zach, why not vote those big dogs in before him? Not to say Dustin's not a beast, I do think he is. But Janae, I will say she's one of the better female competitors, but I don't know how much of a threat she is in a final, because from what I've seen, she doesn't have the best stamina. Anyway, so they're voted in, so now it's time to go to the draw. Well, guys, here it goes. There's only 4 guys and 4 girls, so there's not a big chance. Well, Emilee is like the second one to pick, and she picks the draw, which, I'm sure everyone was disappointed because she's such a lousy competitor. And remember, we're talking about Emilee, from Cancun, not Emily Schramm from DC. But Emilee Fitzpatrick here, the one from Cancun, she's a lousy competitor. I mean, there's no denying it at this point. I mean, we've only seen her on a few missions in her history, but she just can't do anything. So anyway, and for the guys, all 3 guys picked, so the one left has to get the kill card, and guess who it is? It's Frank. For the second time in a row, he gets the kill card, and I jump out of my seat like, fuck yeah, finally Frank is losing his golden rod of luck. Well, Janae and Emilee go, and it's a joke, it's a blowout. Do I need to tell you who wins? Janae climbs up the hill so damn fast, and Emilee's on like the first hole. I forgot to tell you climb up the wall. It's called Wrecking Wall, the elimination. I'm sorry for not telling you first. And you basically punch holes in the wall, and that will be your leverage to climb up the wall and ring the bell at the top. So anyway, and I'm pretty sure they actually did that elimination. I think it was the Inferno 3. Don't hold me to that. I might be wrong. But anyway, the point I'm trying to make is they're using eliminations with the exact same titles as they have in the past. And folks, that's kind of scary because that's a sign that this might be the last challenge, especially since they mentioned this being the 25th anniversary. But anyway, back to the today's episode. Sorry about that. Anyway, so then it's Dustin and Frank, and it was a nail biter. They both were punching, even though Dustin's a little bit taller. I'm sad to say that Frank was able to edge out the victory, and I really couldn't believe it because I thought as soon as Frank had to go up against someone actually, decent and didn't have everything handed to him without a partner. And I will say Frank's actually not done too bad in his history, but basically, he's surprising me. And he is a lot of people. But anyway, I will say he's been better behaved this season. So anyway, that's all I have to say about the actual episode. Frank was freaked out, saying it's bullshit. He has this bad of luck and blah, blah, blah. There wasn't much that happened after. But anyway, the after show. I wanted to mention something said on the after show. Dustin, I want to say, and I hope he watches this just to see if he realized what he said. I feel like he gives an indirect hint at what could be maybe a spoiler. Not saying he should get kicked off MTV because it was extremely indirect. He's talking about his experience after being voted down there. He was watching the guys go up for the draw. He mentions how they're big dogs like CT and Johnny who could pick the kill card, and that's Johnny Riley, not Johnny Bananas, the one from Real World Portland, the new guy, how he was worried about those big dogs possibly picking the card. Here's what I gotta say. We all know CT's a beast, there's no doubt about it. He's at least a great competitor from most people's opinions. And he's been on, this is his 10th challenge. So no one really questioned that. But why did he say Johnny Riley was a big dog? Well, not only this is his first season, but he hasn't really done anything impressive yet. That right there tells me that's a clue that Johnny Riley might be a superstar. He might be that superstar rookie that not only goes to the final mission, but winning. And suddenly my predictions, I'm actually getting scared. Because I had him losing in the middle of the season, but I don't know. I'm just saying I can't think of a reason why Dustin would call him a big dog. I mean, you can't even really call him that based on physical appearance. From what I know, he's only 5'8". He's a medium-sized guy. He's not a very big guy. I'm 6'2", 270 pounds. I don't think, I'm a big dog, But anyway, so that's just a little bit of a hint there. I think Johnny's going to do something. Because, they know the people outside of these mission challenges, and they text them and find out information. And they know what happens. So I wonder if, Johnny, if he doesn't get first place, at least makes it to the final, and maybe that's how he's judging to be a big dog. I don't know. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll recap next week. I'll try to get it in quicker than this. I did wait a little bit again. I've been busy. And I'll see you next week, and hopefully we'll see something interesting happen.